Alright, 2021, let's be that year that we actually get the movies to show up for once. Hey everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to my top 10 list. So today's top 10 list I'll be doing today is my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2021. And before I get into this, here are a few words for the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So happy New Year's everybody, and I hope 2021 is a much better year than 2020, because let's face it, 2020 was one crazy year. So to start things off on a positive note, I wanted to talk about some upcoming movies that's coming out in 2021 that I'm looking forward to. But before we get started on this, here are a few disclaimers. One, this movie's based off of my personal opinions, so there might be some movies on this list that you guys might not agree with. And two, these movies are currently being released in 2021, so there's a possibility that one or two of these movies might be delayed. Well, in this case, most of the movies that were on my 2020s list was actually delayed to 2021. So you might see some movies that I had on my 2020 list be posted on the 2021 list. So let's get started. So Free Guy stars Ryan Reynolds and is about a bank teller who finds out that he's actually an NPC inside a video game. And this concept actually interests me because I'm into video games, as you guys may have known at this point, and I'm interested in this plot line, like about a bank teller actually finding out he's actually an NPC within a video game. So it does make me wonder just what kind of movie this is going to be. Like, is it going to be about the bank teller trying to get out of this video game world and get it to the real world? Or is it going to be about this bank teller trying to fight against all these enemies within this world? So I'm really excited to see this movie, and because it's starring Ryan Reynolds, I'm more than excited to watch this movie. So Spyro is another movie that's a part of the Saw franchise. You know, the franchise where all these people get tortured in brutal ways. Yes, that's Saw franchise. At first, when I heard about Spyro, I actually wasn't that interested in this movie because I didn't know anything about this movie going in. But when I found out that this was a part of the Saw franchise, I was like, this sounds like a good movie, or it sounds like a very interesting movie to check out. Even though I haven't seen all the Saw movies yet, I have always been interested in the franchise, and I'm wondering how a movie like Spyro is going to connect to the Saw franchise as a whole. Is this movie going to be more horror focused, or is it going to be more mystery focused? So I am interested in seeing what this movie is going to be all about and how it connects to the Saw franchise as a whole. So of course Godzilla vs. Kong is, you guessed it, Godzilla fighting against King Kong. Now this is another one of those movies that was actually slated to be released in 2020, but because of the pandemic that happened last year, this movie ended up being delayed to 2021. I'm still looking forward to this movie because once again, I want to see Godzilla and King Kong duking it out with each other on the big screen, and I can't wait to see what kind of special effects is going to be used to see King Kong and Godzilla duking it out with each other on the big screen. So Ghostbusters Afterlight actually takes place after the second Ghostbusters movie, not the 2016 reboot, the second Ghostbusters movie that came out in the late 80s, early 90s. And I was interested in this movie because I always loved the Ghostbusters franchise, and I've always wanted to see this franchise actually expand a bit more. So the fact that we're going to have this movie focus on a different group of characters was really interesting to me, but they still have connections to the original Ghostbusters. So it makes me wonder what characters from the original Ghostbusters is going to show up in this new movie, and I am excited to see what direction this movie is going to take for the Ghostbusters franchise as a whole. Eternals was another Marvel movie that was slated to be released in 2020, but again, it got delayed because of the pandemic. And I'm still looking forward to this movie because it's about a bunch of immortal beings who's been on Earth for thousands of years, and I'm interested in that concept. I just hope it's nothing like the Inhumans TV show that Marvel tried to put out years ago, because that show was terrible. I did reviews about it years ago when it first came out, and I didn't care for the show that much. But anyway, I hope that Eternals is a little better with that. Like, they have the characters actually be more sympathetic, and they actually handle the writing very well. So I'm really interested in seeing what Eternals is going to look like, and see if it's going to be one of the better movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings sounds like another interesting movie coming from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the reason why I'm looking forward to this movie is because it actually takes place in another culture, in this case China. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the Chinese influence in this film, and I like to see what kind of character ShangChi is and what kind of powers he has. So I'm always looking forward to seeing a brand new Marvel character show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I hope that they write this character well and we get to see more of his culture and what kind of powers he has in this movie. So Dune is based off a book written by Frank Herbert, and the reason why this is on my list is because I saw the trailer for it last year. This was another movie that was set to be released last year, but of course because of the pandemic it was delayed. But I was interested in this movie because the trailer looks so good. It has an all-star cast, and it's based off a book. Even though I haven't read the book Dune yet, I haven't even watched the original movie that was directed by David Lynch, so I don't know much about Dune itself, but I am interested in this movie just because of the all-star cast, and the plot line seems really interesting. So I can't wait to see Dune come into theaters this year. Hopefully it will come out this year. So The Suicide Squad is a sequel to the original Suicide Squad movie, as well as a soft reboot of the movie. And we don't know much about the plot of this movie, but we do know that Margot Robbie is going to be playing as Harley Quinn in this movie, and it's going to feature some new characters, so I'm really excited about that. After I watched Birds of Prey, I was really excited to see more of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, so I can't wait to see what she's going to do in this movie, and I can't wait to see what kind of direction they're going to take this movie in contrast with the previous Suicide Squad movie. So I'm really looking forward to this movie. So of course Black Widow was going to end up in this list. This was one of my most anticipated movies for 2020, but of course it got delayed because of the pandemic. It seems like a lot of movies on this list got delayed because of the pandemic in 2020, but anyway, I'm still excited to see this movie because I want to know more about Black Widow as a character, and the fact that this movie is going to focus on her backstory was really interesting to me, and the fact that this film might take place in Russia is even more interesting to me because I like watching movies that take place in other countries. So I can't wait to see what this movie is going to do to Black Widow's character, and see how this movie is going to tie in with all the other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that was released so far. So this film is actually called Untitled Spider-Man Sequel, and it's supposed to be the sequel to Spider-Man Far From Home. So technically speaking, it's the third Spider-Man movie in the MCU, and I'm really excited to see this movie because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and I really enjoy watching Spider-Man Far From Home. And after seeing the huge cliffhanger at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, I'm really interested to see where they're going to take Spider-Man's character after all this. And according to some rumors I've heard about this movie, it's supposed to be like a multiverse of all the previous Spider-Man characters. Like you have Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire coming back to reprise their roles as Spider-Man. So it makes me wonder what kind of Spider-Man movie this is going to be. Is it going to be like the Spider-Verse movie, or is it going to be something else entirely? So that's why this movie is my number one pick for 2021, because I'm really excited to see where they're going to take Spider-Man's character after all this. So that's my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2020, and you guys may have noticed that I have a bit of a bias towards superhero films in general because most of the films on this list are superhero films, but that's okay because I'm still looking forward to all these movies, and I can't wait to see what these movies are going to be about, and I hope that these movies are pretty good. So tell me in the comments down below, what are some movies from this list that you're looking forward to? And if not, what are some of your top 10 most anticipated movies for 2021? Please feel free to tell me in the comments down below. Well, hope you guys enjoy this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. Hold it! Man, I'm doing another special offer, am I? Now you're probably thinking, now Rabbitearsblog, didn't you just do a Patreon special offer a few months ago? Well, yeah, but this one's actually pretty different. Let me tell you guys. So, I have decided to do a couple of digital artworks to celebrate this special offer. So, do you like Invader Zim? I have an Invader Zim digital artwork for you guys. Do you like the Angry Beavers? I have a Dagged Beaver digital art for you guys. Do you like Christmas or you like celebrating the holidays? Then I got a holiday digital art for you guys. Do you like spooky things or you just like Halloween in general? Then I got a spooky digital artwork for you guys. Do you like Sonic the Hedgehog? I got a Sonic the Hedgehog digital artwork for you guys. So you're probably wondering to yourself, now wait a minute, what's the catch here? What is this special offer all about? Well, I'll tell you. If you become a patron between December and January 31st, 2001, then I'm going to email you guys one of these digital arts of your choosing. How neat is that? So please feel free to check out my Patreon page. And if you are interested in owning one of these digital artworks in your own digital art collection, then please feel free to become a patron between December 2nd through January 31st. Special offer lasts until January 31st, 2021. Hey guys, like this video? Then please feel free to hit that like button. And also, hit that subscribe button for more content about video games, movies, and TV shows from this channel. And now, let's roll the credits, please.